After the Akedas Yitzchak, the binding of Isaac, Avraham, comes down from the mountain with Yitzchak, having just passed an unbelievable test. He's demonstrated that he was willing to sacrifice his son. And now the Torah portion ends with a few passages that seem unnecessary and certainly mundane. Avraham is told that his brother Nahor has had many sons born to him from his wife, and also some sons born to him from his concubine, and that one of those sons fathered a daughter. Why do we need to know the lineage of Avraham's idol-worshipping brother Nahor? Rashi, the greatest of the biblical commentators, comes to the rescue as he so often does. He tells us that we need that lineage because of that granddaughter. Her name is Rivka, Rebecca, who of course will become the wife of Yitzchak and one of the matriarchs. But why did we need to know the names of all of her uncles? Why couldn't the Torah have just told us the name of her father and then her name? Rashi explains that as well. He says if you count, you'll see that Avraham's brother Nahor had a total of 12 sons, 8 from his wife and 4 from his concubine. Now those numbers should sound familiar. 12 sons, 8 from a wife, 4 from a concubine, exactly mirrors the 12 tribes that will eventually be born into Avraham's family. They'll be born to his grandson Jacob, Yaakov. 12 tribes, 12 sons, 8 born to his wives, and 4 born to his concubines, to his maidservants. So Rashi here is hinting that the Torah is teaching us some incredibly powerful lessons. First, all those years when Abraham was praying his guts out that he and Sarah, his wife, would have a child. And it seems those prayers are not being answered. And he keeps praying and praying and praying, never giving up, never losing faith, until finally, at the age of 100, he and Sarah have a son. But God cherishes all prayers. And even if they're not answered or not answered immediately, you shouldn't ever give up hope. Because who knows, maybe they'll be answered for your son or for your grandson. And also, can you imagine what a test it must have been for Abraham? All those years that he's praying and not being answered, he keeps asking for children and he's not getting children with his wife Sarah, and he keeps being told, Mazel Tov, your brother Nahor had a son. Mazel Tov, another one, and another, and another. 12 sons. And each time, Abraham had to be tempted to think, that idol-worshipping thing is working out pretty well for my bro. Maybe I ought to try bowing down to some wood or stone idols. But not once does he give in to that temptation. Not once does he waver in his faith. Not once does he stop believing or stop praying. So we're being shown here how careful God is to repay us midah keneged midah, measure for measure, in exactly the same fashion that we worship him. 12 times Abraham got the news that his idol-worshipping brother had a son. 12 times Abraham didn't waver in his faith, didn't give in, didn't consider going off and worshiping idols. So God makes sure to repay him in exactly the same measure. He's going to have 12 tribes, 12 sons born to his grandson, 8 to wives, and 4 to concubines, just like his brother God. Don't ever stop believing.